Namaste, beloved community. I hope you are doing well. I am coming to you from Toza Blue Mountain, Ecuador. I'm still here for another week or so, and I'm very excited to talk to you about the energies happening right now because there's a powerful energies happening that are very supportive and transformative. We have the Aquarius new moon on February 1st. It could be January 31st, depending on what part of the country or what part of the world you are in. It happens at 12:45 a.m. Eastern time. So if you are Central, it's going to be 11:45 on the 31st. So you can see how it will depend on where you are in your location. So this new moon is in the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius is an air sign. It's about thinking, not so much about feeling, like the full moon we had in Cancer was all about emotions, right? This is more about communication, your thought process, the words that you use. So I want to ask you, how are you speaking? That's what this other energies, and I'll explain, is really wanting to do. How are you speaking about yourself? What is your story that you're telling yourself? Are you living in fear? Are you living in the victim mindset that your circumstances cannot change? The more you speak that, the more it's going to support that belief. So your words are very powerful. Be very careful what you are speaking. Be very careful what you are communicating about yourself and about your life. This right now, with how the planets are, is really supporting a transformation, a change in what you believe, a change about yourself, a change in how you see yourself and how you speak about yourself and what you believe is possible for yourself. So it's also encouraging you to be more playful, to find more joy, to be more creative, be more curious. Mercury goes direct just a few days after, on the 3rd or 4th, again, depending on where you are in the world. We are still going to be in that shadow phase with Mercury until the end of February. So it's impacting the whole month, just like it did most of January now. And again, Aquarius is about reflection, thinking, reflective. It's a really good time to write. What do you want to see in your life? Are your thoughts and words supporting that, supporting your dreams? Dream big. Don't limit yourself. Most of the time, we are our only limit. I have a t-shirt that says that I wear sometimes to work out in, to remind myself as well as others that you are your own limit. What you tell yourself, the stories you say about yourself are so vitally important, especially right now. You are being encouraged to change that narrative, especially if it's not supportive of you. We have the Saturn conjuncting the new moon, encouraging us to get really honest with ourselves from a less emotional side, as I said, because of it being the new moon being in the sign of Aquarius, which is, like I said, an air sign. So it's less emotional, which is good. It's more realistic. So this new moon and where the other planets are, Saturn and Uranus, and Mercury and Pluto and so on, it's really encouraging us to get real. Get real with yourself. It's challenging you to sit with yourself and really be honest. How have you been defining yourself? How have you been telling other people and defining yourself? What do you say to yourself? It's time to change that. You know, what's your story or stories? So as the moon conjuncts Saturn and squares Uranus, it's about, where are you holding yourself back? It's pushing you forward with new energy. The moon is kind of in the middle between those two planets. And it's really asking you to show up. Show up for you authentically. You can have aha moments, revelations come out of the blue that help you realize maybe where you're blocking yourself, where you're limiting, where you're allowing fear to stop you. So this is Aquarius season is a really good time to witness yourself. I know Sheree and Kara talk about be the witnesser of the witnesser, right? Witness the witnesser. So that's what the planets are really encouraging you to do, is be the witnesser of yourself, not from a judgment. Don't condemn yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't say I should have, could have, would have, whatever. Get rid of that language. Say, oh, wow, thank you. When you have those aha moments about where you've been blocking yourself, where you've been limiting yourself, thank it. Or people, relationships, thank it. Thank them. Because they helped push you along to get to this point. And now that you have a realization of something that's been blocking you, you can change it. And only you can. If you don't like your job, if you're not happy in your relationship, whether that's a friendship, a lover, family members, whatever it is, you can change it. No, you can't change another person, but you can control your emotions and your reactions and how you choose to show up and interact. And that will change the situation. You have a lot more power and control over your life than you believe. You co-create it with the universe. And I'm just trying to tell you some of the energies that's happening where the planets are so you can utilize this, because you're being given a beautiful opportunity right now to be honest with you, to go within, to really be authentic, to take that hard look at yourself. If you can't be honest with yourself, who can you be honest with? Again, not from a place of judgment or condemning yourself. Don't do that. It's time for you to love yourself more. It's time for you to step up. Do you have the calendar from Sheree and Kara? It's really an energetic calendar. It's really a blueprint of what's coming. These full moons over every month are going to be so huge and so powerful. You really want to pay attention to the energies that are happening. How do you want to rewrite your story? How do you want your future to look? How do you want to show up? What do you want in your life? The new moon is really supporting this. Let your weirdness out. Let your uniqueness shine. Be you authentically. Because when you are being you and when you allow yourself to dream big, no limitations, miracles happen all the time. So don't limit yourself. When you show up as you, unique, weird, whatever, creative, then you attract people that are supportive of that. Stop living in fear. Stop being afraid to be who you are authentically. The universe will reward you for being weird, for showing up as your unique self. It really will. That's where you have to trust yourself and make sure that you are speaking positively to yourself and about yourself. You have so much to offer and so much to share. But if you're not showing up for you, you're not showing up for anyone. And that's a shame, because the world needs you to show up as you. Unique, creative, talented. You have so many gifts and talents. I could feel, and I just felt somebody hold their breath. So I want everyone to bring a hand to their heart or two. Let's take 3 Ave Sa breaths and really center ourselves and receive this information that is coming through. Inhaling while you think Ave. Opening your mouth, letting it out with a big sigh. Just feel the energy relaxing and releasing. Let's do that again. Inhaling in through the nose. Opening your mouth, letting it out with a big sigh. One more time. This time I want you to really release the weight on your shoulders. Inhaling in through the nose. Opening your mouth, letting it out with a big sigh. Kind of shake your arms, shake your shoulders, and release that. We carry so much tension in our shoulders and our hips, both. That's what I focus on in my yoga classes that I teach, is opening those areas, our shoulders, and relaxing them to release that tension in our hips and shoulders, neck, and especially since everyone pretty much has computers or the phones, so much of the time is spent like this, looking down, right? And so it's important to roll your shoulders back and let them release. So do that. Take a moment out of your day. If you've been sitting there for more than an hour at work, take a moment to just do the Ave Sa breath and release your shoulders. Let them release. So it's time to have more fun. Take responsibility to move your life forward. That's what you're being supported. That's what you're being asked to do. Where do you need to put more work in to get where you want to be? Last year, many people have changed. They've changed their priorities. The last couple of years, right? We've been forced to reevaluate things. So have you written down kind of where you're at with that? What's now your priorities? What's now more important to you? Making sure that you are really paying attention to this. Paying attention to you, mostly. You need to love yourself more. I know Sri and Kara talk about that all the time. And if you don't know who Sri and Kara is, go to SRIandKIRA.com. Master Lady Kira and Wisdom Teacher Sri Ranka offer so much free supportive materials for helping you ascend, helping you awaken, helping you to grow, to have that self-growth, to empower you to be the best you possible. So much of it is free. Then there's Monday Magic, where you can donate for as little as $2.22 a month, which supports the clinic foundation, where we are offering a free clinic right here in Ecuador for local Indigenous people. And our goal is to create 1,800 of these around the world over the next 5 years. And I know I've had several people say that they want to team with us to help make these happen. And I appreciate that. And we need a lot more. We'll be traveling around the world, collaborating to create these centers. They will be Abesa centers with the Abesa balancing practice to support people. We'll have the healing rods, the Egyptian healing rods, which are so powerful. And holding these for as little as 10 minutes helps to balance and open all the energy centers in your body. Combine these with the laser, the technology from Epic Lasers that we use to reduce pain, inflammation, and suffering for people free. And that is a dynamic, powerful treatment for people. So we'll have these at the centers, with the clinics. We'll have a laser at them and have people trained, certified to use them, to utilize these. So go to ShriAndKira.com if you haven't. Sign up for Monday Magic if you have not. It's well worth it. It's every other Monday for this year. It's going to be powerful. And if you really want to take your life to the next level, join us for the Mastery Presence year. It's a year long. We meet every other Wednesday. And for the month of February, we're going to meet every Thursday for up-level information from Master Lady Kira and Wisdom Teacher Sri Ranka, where she channels Archangel Zadkiel, and as well as others that come through for our highest good and to help us do the work to move our life forward towards our dreams. I know my life looks very different than it did 2 years ago. 2 years ago, if you would have told me I would be spending more time in Ecuador, I had never been here, and that I would be given this incredible opportunity to help create Abesa International and the vision of bringing 1,800 clinics around the world, I would have been like, you're crazy. That's not going to happen. But guess what? I kept putting it out there to the universe to show me, to bring me teachers and guides, to help me evolve, to help me release the past, to help me release the patterns, the victim mentality, to help me get out of an abusive marriage, to transform my life, to be the best me possible. And fortunately, I was introduced to Sri and Kira. And I've done a lot of their trainings and courses, and it's been absolutely incredible. And I am deeply grateful. And now I get to spend most of my time in this beautiful country, Ecuador, that is green and lush and untainted by commercialism. There's no chemtrails because no airplanes fly over this place in the Andes Mountains. We have the Amazon River across the street. It is beautiful. So speaking of Tosa Blue Mountain in Ecuador, we have an incredible event coming up in March. Go to wwaglobal.com. If you go to Sri and Kira's homepage, SriandKira.com, you will see a link for it as well. We are bringing together tribes from around the world, unifying as one voice for humanity, sharing blessings and prayers to help raise the vibration of humanity and to show that we can come together. We don't have to hate. We don't have to have divisiveness. We don't have to have judgment. We don't have to have separation. We can come together and appreciate each and every person's heritage, history, values, beliefs. Doesn't mean we have to believe exactly what they're believing. That's not it. It's about coming together, though, for the greater good, setting aside our differences, or maybe learning something. How about learning something about another culture? You are never too old to learn. Maybe if you learn and understand where someone came from, you can have more compassion for them rather than judging them and thinking, oh, they're this or that. I challenge you not to do that. In fact, with the way that the planets are aligned right now, you have a bigger life purpose that you've not been living. And it's trying to come out. It's trying to show you. There's going to be things that are going to disrupt our status quo, both in your life and in the world. It's really time for something new. It's time for you to have deep transformation, to be really honest with yourself, to really look at your shadow side and the things that have held you back. Throughout February, Mercury, Pluto, trine the North Node. This is fate. This is destiny. This is new pathways opening. This is about growth. This is about next steps. This is about taking us beyond where we've ever been before. I know Master Lady Kira has talked about that. Consciousness has gone further than it ever has before on this planet. You need to go further than you've ever gone before. I need to go further than I've ever gone before, and I'm doing that. So join me in doing that. Pay attention to your energy. Pay attention to the energy that you allow in your space. The people, the places, the things. What are you putting in your body? Are you putting nutritious living food? Are you putting in clean living water? Or are you putting in chemicals and dead food that's processed, that your body struggles to digest because it doesn't know what it is? Pay attention. Now, Venus is going direct in the sign of Capricorn. Mars is already in Capricorn. So it's a very supportive, cooperative energy. So it's asking you, what is clear to you now? Look back for this past year, even go back a couple of years if you want to. What is clear to you now that was not before? Before COVID, what's clear to you now? You have a big purpose in this world, a big purpose in this life. Remember who you are. Remember you are the master. Remember you co-create. Remember you are worthy. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of joy. You're worthy of creativity. You're worthy of yourself, of being who you are authentically. So be you. I will be back live next week. I will have the call board up. I got next week and interact with you. I will still be here live from Ecuador, and I'll try to show you. It's kind of rainy. I wanted to do my show outside, but it's raining. So I don't know if you can see my view outside. It's really beautiful. No, I love you. No, I see you. I see your heart and soul. You have so much to offer, so many gifts and talents you haven't even realized yet. Go within for this next week. Ask yourself, what area of your life do you need to take more responsibility to change? What do you need to release? What do you need to let go of? What bad habits? What shadow side? What limiting beliefs? What verbiage that you speak to yourself do you need to let go of? And do that. You deserve it. I am sending you so much love and blessings. And I hope you have the most incredible week. I love you all, and I will see you next week.